Ah, it's good to see you, Lily. I'm pleased to report that Master Garland and the others uncovered a fair bit of useful information at the Imperial facility in Turncliffe. In fact, he'd like you to rendezvous with Gaius in the town square, where he'll reveal what they found. Once you're ready to depart, your escort will lead the way. Yeah, I was 100% certain there was going to be a new near raid, but I guess it's just like a little quest like that. Just a baby quest. That's okay. Oh. It's him. It's him. Gray. We found him. Oh shit, he's gone. All set for the journey ahead? Travel to Turncliffe. Hildebrand. He's blasting off again. Yeah, indeed. Hildebrand and I, not on myself apparently, but Hildebrand and the Warrior of Light have quite the history together. I'm not gonna say any more than that, though. Now that you are here, perhaps Sid will finally deign to dispense with his findings. Severa, inform him of Lily's arrival. Sid, my boy! Thanks for coming. So, what have you discovered? To tell the truth, we were lucky to obtain any information at all, considering the lengths to which the Imperials went in covering their tracks. You see, the hangar below was not just used to store the weapons, but played a critical role in their creation. We now know the code names given to 3 of the weapons: Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Obviously, we are all familiar with the first 2, but the third is something of an unknown quantity. At the very least, this confirms the existence of another of those abominations. What are we waiting for? Let's go after it. The problem lies in ascertaining its whereabouts. None of the locals have seen anything resembling a weapon being transported either by land or air. Which, of course, leaves only one option: the sea. According to what fragmented data we were able to recover, the Emerald weapon is equipped with aquatic capabilities, much like the Sapphire, meaning that its escape from Turncliffe would have gone undetected, and could potentially be anywhere by now. But if Alphonse plans to have it absorb more primals, the logical choice would be Eorzea. And traveling by sea would allow him to circumvent the front line of Gimlet entirely. The Alliance must be alerted at once. Hold your chocobos, Severa. It seems that the Emerald weapon was still incomplete when the 7th Legion withdrew from Turncliffe. It's far more likely that it was transported to another facility in order to add the finishing touches. If your supposition is correct, that would narrow our search to but 2 possible locations: Castor Marinum and Rotano Sea and Castor Occidens in eastern La Noscea. Those words are very hard to pronounce, both of which are known to harbor remnants of the 14th Legion, your former subordinates, Gaius. Be that as it may, our objective is unchanged. Valdion, you and Severa will make your way to Castrum Occidens, while Lily and I head for Castrum Marinum. Should we locate the Emerald weapon, we will give the signal to dispatch the G-Warrior and eliminate it before it can be activated. Sorry to disappoint you, but we're still repairing the damage it sustained during the encounter with the Sapphire weapon. While elegant machinery has its uses, it's a bugger to find replacement parts in a pinch. We've actually been working to expand its already impressive arsenal. but the G-Warrior itself is in no fit state for combat. While I'm aware this is a far from adequate replacement, I can provide an ironwork submersible to help Dilly and Gaius reach Castor Marinum. I'll have one sent ahead to Vesper Bay. Woo! A submersible, eh? I don't much like the sound of that. Perhaps Severa and I should count ourselves fortunate that our destination can be approached by land. I pray you have a safe journey. Watch yourself out there, Lily. I'll do my best. Yeah. It is time we departed. Let us make our way to Vesper Bay. Way to Vesper Bay. Nice, Ellis. It's him again. As per Master Garlon's instructions, the submersible is ready when you are. But before you depart, I've received some scraps of intelligence regarding your opponent from my colleagues in Turncliffe. Apparently, it uses some sort of levitating, hand-like appendages, 6 of them in fact, though we're not quite sure what purpose they serve. It sounds like having eyes in the back of your head might come in handy, but that's all we know, I'm afraid. You have our thanks. After all, forewarned is forearmed. If the emerald weapon has indeed been transported to the castrum, it would need to enter via the dry dock. We shall do likewise. As one might expect, there are measures in place to keep out intruders, but the security systems can be tricked into recognizing us as the Imperial vessel. That said, infiltrating the facility is merely the first step. Should the emerald weapon be activated, it's only a matter of time before the pilot uses Oversoul. We must silence the Wark Machina before this happens, and failing that, grant the poor soul at its helm the mercy of a swift death. Had these wounds healed more quickly, I could have gone with you, but I fear I would only slow you down. As such, I shall provide what support I can from afar. Whatever happens, the emerald weapon must be defeated at all costs. Castor Marinum is now accessible. I wonder if is Hildebrand the DPS or he's a white mage. Okay, I'm going in. Trials. Okay, there it is. Let's go in. I've got my eye on you, Hildebrand. Keep out of trouble. Hmm. 8-minute wait time. Yay. He's even got Gigi with him. It's the sun. Wonder if he'll notice. Pulling out the green chicken enkidu. Alright, we got 2 healers. Notice me, senpai? Maybe. It'll be funny if he did, though. Pull out my fairy. Scholar, eh? Wait. He's got my fairy selected. What's he doing? Yeah, this guy's definitely looking at my fairy. Why you do? Wait time is 5 minutes. Oh, there you oh. The heck? This is weird. Stare at my fairy and I'll stare at you. I should be going to the dungeon soon. There it is. Alright, I'm prepared to die. Scholar represent! Yeah! Oh, DPS might time us out. Alright, let's try again. Go, go. Ooh. This is it. The emerald weapon. I've been expecting you, hero of Eorzea. Look, Father, this is the power that we command! Alright, which one of you am I shielding? Which one of you is main tanking? I don't know. Alright, here we go. Heal. Okay, pizza time. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. All right. Oh, what's it do? Oh, I'm gonna keep away from those. My Ultima. Oh. Oh, there's his bottom half. Okay. This is such a cool fight. What? It's getting smaller, actually. The arena's getting smaller. I just noticed. There you go. Tank busters. Ow. Okay. Together. Woo! I'm just gonna put this down here. just saved his fucking life! He said thank you. Okay. Yeah! Hit him! Uh-oh. Oversoul, shit. Activating Oversoul. Oh no. This guy's fucking dead. What kind of monstrosities are we gonna encounter? Oh! Wait, what? Holy shit! Okay. Hit him hard, I guess. Don't spin him! I don't know what this means. I think I'm dead. Shit. Well then. I guess they go far. Okay. Shit. Fuck! This is pissing me off. Ooh. Gonna wait until this is over with. 1, 2. Okay. Shit! I moved too late. He's almost done, so it should be okay. Man, that's so freaking cool though. Okay, now I know. Cool. That's a cool freaking fight though. There he goes. Farewell, Rex. Give this to the tank. Sorry, Gaius. And so it ends. Why would Rex throw away his life for this? You are right. If I am ever to learn the truth, I must concentrate on the task at hand. Of course, we do not need to wait for Sid's Annihilus to tell us whose combat data was used on this occasion. It galls me to think that my techniques and strategies could be so closely replicated. Nevertheless, the observations I made during that battle may yet prove useful. As a matter of fact, that was not the only information I was able to gather. I intercepted a signal that revealed the troops stationed here were permitted to withdraw, seemingly in return for assisting the 7th Legion. They must have known that the Alliance would follow the Emerald weapon here sooner or later and made good their escape. Meaning the way is now clear for Sid to inspect the Warg Machina's remains. We got here as soon as we could. Not that we could have done anything to prevent this tragedy. From what we know, it seems that the Emerald weapon was Ilm for Ilm, a great deal more powerful than the previous two. If this is allowed to continue, who knows what sort of monstrosity the 7th Legion will conceive next. Nevertheless, Lily has once again proven herself capable of overcoming the worst that the Empire has at its disposal, by dying a frickin' a lot, that's for sure. You may be relieved to hear that Castrum Occidens was free of anything resembling a weapon. Unfortunately, it was also devoid of any useful leads, and we came away empty-handed. Alright, Zealous, to see you later! In all honesty, part of me wishes that we had never found the Emerald weapon. Perhaps then, Rex would not have been forced to make the ultimate sacrifice. I only hope that he is finally at peace. We will do what we can to spare others from sharing his fate. I and the Ironworks will search this place from top to bottom for clues as to the 7th Legion's plans. Before that, allow me to sweep the area for booby traps and the like. I would not put it past the Imperials to have left a few surprises for us. Agreed, I'll go with you. With that in mind, I'll begin my examination of the Emerald weapon. Carefully, that is. Have at it. Echo. Alphonse, you knew all this time, didn't you? Melisandria and Recon, too. Everyone except me. And you, Rex? Yes, that's what the synthetic RSite system is. The fusion between pilot and core is the key to Oversoul. And unless we use it, we don't have a chance of beating Father's newfound friends. They stand between us and the primals, without which the weapons will never reach their full potential. We thought that if you knew the truth about Oversoul, you'll try to stop us. Of course I would! But what I don't understand is why all of you are so willing to give your lives for the weapon project. What is it all for? It all began the day Father left us. Without his guidance, his protection, the Garleans lost any respect they once had for us. But their cruelty pales in comparison to Valen's. To him, conscripts like us are expendable and commodities, an endless supply of test subjects for his twisted experiments. But no matter what they do to us, we will never lose hope. If it is the duty of the strong to lead the weak, we will become strong and protect those who cannot protect themselves. The weapon project will give us the strength we need. We will create a world where people like us can live without fear or fear of persecution. We want you to see this new world for yourself, Ali, even if we must give our lives to make it a reality. But why me? The years spent serving the Empire have changed us all, except you, Ali. Even after everything you've seen, you're still the caring, innocent girl we grew up with. More than any of us, you deserve a chance at happiness. That's what we all agreed. Ali, listen to me. Right now, the soldiers assigned to watch over us have been called away to the capital. Now is our chance to get you out of here. Then why don't you come with me? If Alphonse and I were to run away now, they'll only force others to take our place. We can't let that happen. This is our way of upholding the ideals Father instilled in us. Our lives are a small price to pay for Werlet's freedom. No! How can you expect me to leave you behind? I won't do it! We will forever be at your side, Ali. Rex, take her to the holding cells. No! Let me go! So win or lose, the plan is to hand over the cast room to Father, is that right? Yes, they'll take Ali into their custody before the Garleans return, while you will be free to pilot the Emerald weapon without her interfering. We can't let her hinder the completion for the weapon project. I'm counting on you, Alphonse. Don't let our sacrifices be in vain. Rex, have you forgotten what I told you? You mustn't use Oversoul. I can't lose you too. We both know I can't win without it. Besides, we need the combat data of the Emerald weapon fighting at its peak if we were to have any chance of perfecting the synthetic RSite system. You know I'm not the sort to do things by halves. Yeesh. Forgive me, Rex. Don't you worry about me. If this is where I meet my end, I'll do it with a smile on my face. The rest is up to you, Alphonse. So Ali is here. There she is. This is the girl you spoke of, yes? She was locked in a cell, but I saw no harm in letting her out. I can't say for certain, but it seems she's been through quite an ordeal. No. I'm sorry. Why, Rex? Why? Gaius. Once we've extracted the core, we'll take it back to Turncliffe for analysis. Perhaps she should come with us. There's no use in her staying here. Severa is taking care of Allie, but it may be some time until her nerves have settled. If the vision you witnessed is indeed true, Alphonse and Rex locked her away for her own safety. When she is ready, I would know more of what her brother hopes to achieve and why he must resort to such desperate measures. Allie's condition has improved somewhat, but she remains in a state of shock. We must give her more time to recover. There is one other thing that I thought you should know. When we checked for her for injuries, we saw that her back is covered with welts and bruises. Who did this to her? It seems she was subjected to beatings on a regular basis, judging by the varied stages of bruising. I dare say this is the work of her Garlean masters. How dare they? You speak as though you have seen this before. Seen? I have lived through it myself. I was born in Werlet, 23 summers past. My mother was a local woman, but my father was a pure-blooded Garlean and a member of the occupying forces. Though I know very little about him, his rank afforded me imperial citizenship. His acknowledgement of our familial ties was the extent of the responsibility he took for bringing me to this world. Still, it is more than can be said for most of his ilk. My mother and I were shunned by the people of Werlet, who treated us as badly as the Garleans did, if not worse. I thought that if I were to become an imperial soldier, my position might somehow defer those who would cast scorn on my mother, if only out of fear. And so I joined the army. The acceptance I earned was not but temporary, however, and my superiors were quick to blame any perceived shortcomings on my savage lineage. Rather than waste time on official court-martials, they administered their own form of corporal punishment. I was eventually assigned to the 12th Legion and fought under Zenas Ye Galvus in Alamigo. In the chaos that followed our defeat, I seized the opportunity to flee to Werlet. While it was never much of a home, it was all I had, but nothing could prepare me for what awaited. My mother had for many years suffered from poor health and relied on medicine to keep her alive. In my absence, the Garleans had denied her treatment, claiming that it would be wasted on savages. By the time I could return to her side, there was naught I could do. There was nothing left for me in Werlet. I would be punished for desertion if the Imperials discovered the reason for my return, and I was never accepted by my so-called countrymen to begin with. Wow. I ran as far as my legs could carry me. It was then that I met Gaius. So that's the truth of it. Other than a few scant details, I knew naught of your past. It sickens me to think that I once fought under the same banner as such vile creatures. I had always believed it to be the duty of the strong to lead the weak. Yet there are those who become drunk on the power afforded by their station, and prey on the ones they should protect. Like a canker, this corruption has spread to every part of the Empire. Even those with Garlean blood, such as myself, are subjected to their cruelty. They hold particular contempt for the Ara, an easy target for abuse being so few in number. Perhaps, like me, Allie thought she would be spared such treatments once she joined the army. Alas. I only hope that with time, Allie can put the past behind her and make a new life for herself. But for now, all we can do is wait for her delirium to subside. It is Valedion's turn to keep watch. Let us ask him if there had been any change. Man. Yikes. Baby Yara. Oh, there they go. I suppose you're here to ask about Allie. Is she well enough to speak with us? As her condition has improved somewhat, I would say so, provided you do not cause her any undue distress. Wait here. Allie, I am sorry. What happened to Rex? It was my fault. Melisandre and Recon too. They died because of me and my foolish ambitions. Father, no. This cannot go on. Please, Allie. You must tell me all you know. Of course. You never see a baby Lala? Yeah, that's true. First, I need to know what became of you and your siblings after we were parted. So much has happened. It seems like a lifetime ago. After your disappearance, we were all assigned to the newly reformed 7th Legion. At first, each legatus was quickly replaced by the next until eventually a man named Valens von Varro was given command. He was sent from the capital, but before that he was a specialist in experimental magitech weaponry. We later discovered that he was ordered by Emperor Varus to complete a project involving anti-primal war machina, the weapons. But after the Emperor's death, he was free to employ whatever methods he saw fit, and his greed for power only grew. Some even say he's planning to use the power of the weapons to lay claim to the throne. But I think there's another reason for his obsession with the weapon project. Not that he'll ever tell anyone, but he's always muttering to himself, and I've been able to put the pieces together. He's jealous of you, Father. Valens von Varro. I must admit, it was only recently that I first heard that name. Valens used his knowledge of magitech to devise various military strategies. He was given a position in the army and quickly rose through the ranks. That was until one man stood in his way. You, Father. He was one of the candidates to lead the new 14th Legion, but that role fell to you. After that, he was assigned to serve under a far more gifted engineer, Nero, who was in charge of restoring the Ultima weapon. Valens has resented you ever since, going so far as to oppose the ideals you upheld. Where you treated those who served the Empire based on merit rather than on the trace of race or origin. Valens is adamant that pure-blooded Garleans are superior to all others. It never ceases to amaze me how far some will go in the name of revenge. All that hatred festering away. Nothing good could ever come of it. So the marks on your body are his handiwork. Yes, to Valens and his men, we are no more than fodder for his experiments, playthings on which they can vent their frustrations. Every day is filled with nothing but pain. If I had remained in Garlemald, you would never have been forced to endure this abuse. It's not your fault, Father. We could have fled from Valens if we wanted to. After all, we're expendable and easily replaced. The truth is, that's exactly why we couldn't run. In saving ourselves, we would be condemning others. But if we were to stay, to see the weapon project to its completion, we would gain the power to defeat Valens, and then the Empire itself, freeing the world from its tyranny. That way, we might start afresh and find a place we can call home, and not just for us, but for anyone who wishes to live in peace. You would give your lives for a future you may not live to see. We took courage from your teachings, Father. The strong must lead the weak, and we would gain that strength by whatever means necessary. We will fight for the sake of those who cannot. But we knew that you'd never consent to our participation in the weapon project, which is why we couldn't turn to you for help. As the pilots, we're the only ones who are able to stop Valens. We know just how powerful the weapons are. He would use them to bring the world to its knees. And his masterpiece is the worst of them all. If only I could get my hands on it. Then I could save Alphonse and all of Werlet. Father, I know you and Alphonse stand on opposing sides of this conflict, but there must be some way you can help him. He may have called you our enemy before, but he never meant it. He still loves you, Father. You were everything he aspires to be. I have failed him. Failed you all. But I refuse to abandon him to his fate. I will free him from Valens, if it's the last thing I do. Thank you. He needs you, now more than ever. Listen, Ellie, I once sought the strength to rebuild the world as I saw fit, but the ultimate weapon was born not to create, but to destroy. Alphonse must not follow in my footsteps. I know all too well where they lead. I will do all I can to help your brother. Pray, tell me where he is. I'm sorry. I don't know where he could be. In that case, I shall have the Alliance dispatch scouts. Wherever he is, we will find him. As for you, Allie, you must stay here and rest. Wait, you're the one who fought Rex, Raycon, and Melisandria, aren't you? I am. We're the ones who threatened your homeland. You only did what you had to do. I have no right to ask this of you, but lend my father your strength. Save Alphonse. That I shall do. I know now why they call you hero. Alphonse, I'll do what I must to free you, even if it means going against father's wishes. But I have a good feeling about his new friend. Severa, see that she has everything she needs. Our allies must be informed of these troubling events. May I ask you to relay this news to the troops in Girabania? Certainly. Your loving father act may fool the others, Gaius, but not me. For every life you've saved, you've ended 1,000 more. Or is this your idea of redemption? Call it what you will. For all my transgressions, I believe I still have a part to play. Was I wrong to spare you that day? Or will you honor your word? It seems the time has come for the Black Wolf to show his true colors. Gotta say, that fight was pretty neat. Pretty neat indeed. No, no, I don't want that. There we go. It's whack! We recently received word of your victory over the Emerald Weapon. I expect it was another fine display on your part, not that any of us were here to see it. For that reason, we'll be grateful if you could give us a blow-by-blow account, if you wouldn't mind. Good grief, it sounds like you had an awful lot to contend with. Rather you than me. I shall add this to our ever-growing stack of reports, should anyone wish to review this information ahead of their next sortie. Now, if I may say so, it looks like your ideals have taken their toll. We'll let you know if anything requires your attention, but until then, be sure to get some rest. Ba 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 ba. Blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, in the 7th Legion's correction chamber. Oh no. Three weapons. 3 pitiful displays of ineptitude. Oh no. To make matters worse, one of my prime candidates, your precious sister, no less, has escaped. And who should she go crawling to but what that swine Gaius? After everything I've done for her, and this is how she repays me. As her older brother, it's your responsibility to instill some discipline in her, and you failed miserably. Well, don't just stand there, boy. Oh. Oh, of course, it's your first time, isn't it? Come along, there's no need to be shy. Does he have a punchable face? Yes, he does. Oh no. You see, something wicked has taken hold of this young man, and it's our job to cleanse his troubled spirit. Hey Gray, we got a bot. Blast it! It may look painful, but it's the only way, I assure you. He'll be ever so grateful, and you want him to get better, don't you? There's a good boy. Now, let's try again, shall we? Burn out the bad. 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 This is sick. Well done. You've all made Father proud. Very proud indeed. As for you, I thought you were a cut above the rest of the savages, but it appears I was mistaken. And since you allowed that wretched sister of yours to escape, it falls to you to act as a replacement. Oh no. I chose you as the next pilot, and your mission is simple. Kill Gaius van Balsar, whatever it takes. And if you so much as entertain the idea of betraying me again, I'll exterminate every last one of your kind. Like the vermin they are. Having said that, we will be forcibly initiating Oversoul using Xenos' combat data, so whatever schemes you may be hatching will never come to pass. All you need to do is sit back and let the synthetic aura sight system do the work, with you as its conduit. You should thank me for allowing you to become part of my masterpiece. Your worthless existence will finally have some semblance of meaning. Lord Valens, preparations for the Oversoul trial are complete. We await your orders. Splendid. There's never a dull moment around here. Now then, boys. Who would like to see something special? Come along, everyone. Father has secrets to share with you. This sky is scum. This is my chance, and it's all thanks to the sacrifices made by my dear siblings. Finally, the weapon will be mine to command. Once it has reached perfection, I will be unstoppable. First Valens, then the Empire itself will fall, and we'll be free at last. Father, keep Ali safe. Diamond, Melisanda, Recon, Rex. I'll see this through to the end. I promise. Until then, Watch over me. Do we get to see it? So, is it ready or not? The trial sequence has been primed, sir. Then get on with it. Initiating synthetic RSI system. Downloading diamond weapon simulation. What's going on? You're helping us with a little research is all. Whatever your name is. The time has come for you to contribute to the glory of Golemald. This isn't what we agreed. You said that if I took part in the experiment, you'll let my family go. You have Xenos' data loaded, yes? Activate Oversoul and be quick about it. Understood, Lord Valens. Galvus combat sample ready. Initiating organic core override. Oh my gosh. My mind is no! If this is what it takes to protect you both, I love you. I'm so sorry. Oh shit. Where is my prey? Organic core overwrites complete. Xenos DA Galvus data loaded. The subject is instinctively bound to seek out prey. Right from the outset. Regardless of the combat prowess it may boast, I need an obedient servant, not a ravenous beast. Enough. Shut it down. Deactivating synthetic RSI system. Oh my gosh. How revolting. And what a mess it makes of the cockpit. Adjust the settings and prepare another run. And fortunately, we have the next test subject ready and waiting. No! Oh no. But sir, you agreed to release his family in exchange for his cooperation. Oh. This guy's a nut. My, I never knew you had such a wonderful sense of humor. The great Valens von Varro, bargaining with savages? Ha! More fool him for trusting me in the first place. I want to punch this guy in the face. Well then. Oh. The resistant troops wish to help their newfound allies in Turncliffe. Ah, Lily, I was hoping I might have a word with you. Ever since Turncliffe was liberated, we have been sending troops to aid in getting the town back on its feet. helping the residents, that sort of thing. We Alamegans know how hard life can be for a society struggling to stand on its own after years of imperial rule. A lot of what most people would take for granted has to be rebuilt from the ground up. While we're able to assist when it comes to providing basic resources and keeping the place safe, there are countless other problems that need attending to. If you could spare the time, we could use your help. Of course! Bless you, Lily. You really are a saint. I'm sure the people of Turncliffe will benefit from having someone like you around. Once you are ready, have a word with your usual escort. I wish you all the best. And I'm gonna activate this as well. Don't really need to read the text for this one because it's pretty obvious. Emerald. So what do you think? Is it okay, blah. Emerald weapon. Started reading the text again. I don't really need to for this one. Cool. Beans and taco supreme. Alright, I'll be right back. Just gotta use the washroom really quick. Alright, escorts. The fuck? Oh. Whee! So the boss roped you into helping, did he? I knew you couldn't say no. To Turncliffe! responded the civilian. Nara! You're the one who piloted the War Machina and defeated the Sapphire weapon, aren't you? I am. I thought so. I have heard much about you, but I doubt you know who I am. My name is Avelina. I grew up here. I stayed throughout the occupation and was put to work as a Magitech engineer. Thanks to you and yours, we are now rid of the Imperials, though I fear many of us will struggle to put the past behind us. For 10 long years, we suffered at their hands. A whole generation of young people were forced into the army and sent off to die in some distant land. I suppose I could be considered one of the lucky few. My work here kept me away from the battlefield, and I hope that my contributions might help the others live long enough to make their way home. In the end, most of them never returned. Though my efforts were in vain, I can at least honor their memory. I want to leave something behind for their sake, to prove that they haven't been forgotten. A monument bearing their names. To ensure that not a single person is omitted, I need to see the official list of conscripts. If one still exists, it would be inside the Imperial facility beneath the town. But with the resistance troops and the ironwork engineers closing the place off, I can't get near it. Perhaps you might have a word with them for me. I'll leave as soon as I find the list. Yeah, I'll do it. Thank you. I'll follow your lead. Something I can help you with? Yeah, she needs to get inside. She needs to find a list. I see. It's a bit unusual for one of the locals to show an interest in the Imperial's leavings, but it seems she has her reasons. Since we're still carrying out their investigations, we've closed the place off to prevent anyone interfering. Considering it's you who's asking, though, I can hardly say no. Still, I'd better go with her, just in case the others kick up a fuss. You're very kind. I'm sorry for any trouble I've caused. You have my thanks. Thinking nothing of it, I was glad to help. As I'd suspected, the Imperials kept detailed records of the local conscripts. One name in particular stood out for me. My friend Melisandria. I had no idea she'd been assigned to the 7th Legion, of all places. How did you know her? It all began while we were serving together in the 14th Legion. We had much in common, both being drafted from the same occupied territory, and we soon became firm friends. Then one day, she was sent to fight in Eorzea while I remained here. The day before she left, she came to say goodbye, together with her foster siblings from the orphanage. The youngest one, Raikon, was particularly upset about not being allowed to speak with their adoptive father, Gaius van Balsar, before they departed. It was actually another of his orphans, Livia Sanjunis, who forbid them from seeing him. I can't say for certain, but it seems that Livia had a strong attachment to Gaius, and wouldn't let anyone else near him. As far as I could tell, he tried his best to keep Livia at arm's length whenever possible, but her devotion to him was bordering on obsession, and she became extremely jealous at the slightest sign of affection between him and his other wards. Others, however, treated them far more kindly. In fact, a Praefectus Castorium of the 14th Legion came specifically to meet them. While I was surprised that the Rogadin had risen to such rank, I was even more taken aback by the unguarded manner in which he spoke with his subordinates. I had hoped that with people like him serving on the Eorzean front, they would be in safe hands. Then the time came for Melisandre to leave. We shared a few final words, and then she was gone. It would be the last I ever saw of her. After that, I was assigned on the Tribunus Laticlavius of the 14th Nero Tolscavia, and I worked on restoring the Ultima weapon. I was even at the Praetorium on the day it was destroyed, but I escaped aboard an Imperial ship moments before it came crashing down. I eventually made my way back to Werlet, only to be drafted into the 7th Legion to continue working on the weapons project. Even now, it makes me sick to my stomach to think I'll help bring those abominations into the world. Using a living pilot to free the weapons core was part of the design from the very beginning. Of course, they'll never dream of subjecting a trueborn Garlean to such barbaric treatment. Not when the 7th Legion had a ready supply of provincial conscripts ripe for the taking. The pilots were deferred to only by their code names, and we engineers were not made privy to their true identities. Even with this list of conscripts, I still don't know who was sacrificed in the name of the weapons project. Let's bring into the weapon project together! But what can I do? For years, all I've known is how to build tools of destruction. The 7th Legion is far from finished. They're biding their time, waiting until the right moment to unleash the final weapon. And when they do, it will bring naught but death and woe to all who stand in their way. Even after everything they've taken from us, they still want more. If it weren't for the Empire, Melisandre would still be here. She was the kindest person I've ever met, but to the Empire, she was just another pawn in their games. I will never forget her. There's a way I can make a difference. I know there is. But first, I need to speak with members of the Ironworks. I have a feeling that war machina you used to beat the Sapphire weapon will be called into action again. Until then, there's still time to make improvements, and I intend to help. I'll still be going ahead with the plan to build a monument, but stopping the Empire must come first. I hope Melisandre and the others can wait a little longer. Before I go, allow me to express my gratitude. I don't know what I'd have done if it weren't for you. Until we meet again. And there she goes. Yeah. Okay. Guess that's just a lore quest now. I don't know. So how was your time in Turncliffe? I see. Fate has dealt her a cruel hand. Now she has a chance to make a fresh start. The same could be said of the whole of Turncliffe. It seems the liberation of that one small town will become a pivotal moment in Werlet's history. Perhaps it won't be too long before the rest of the region is free from the Empire. Naturally, we'll be honored to fight alongside the people of Werlet. We won't rest until Imperials are sent fleeing with their tails between their legs. Until that day arrives, we'll carry on doing our bit to support you and the others in ending the weapon project. I'll be sure to pass on any pertinent information. In the meantime, take care. How's it going, Nocto?